Alright, y'all. I'm back to finish up this. As you can see, same one where I was. I got the other one. It's starting to upload now. It's 30-minute video, so obviously it's going to take a few minutes to upload. But let's go ahead and get right back into this next one. Hold on, sorry, y'all. I'm looking for a specific one of these texts. I submitted a lot of text messages because she likes to make claims that I do and say shit in text. So I already shut her up. Well, here's one that I did too. I'm a smartass. I actually had a sign. Please try to use this against me in court. I'm begging you. Here, I'll show you 1 minute. I actually have a sign in between my arms that actually says, please use this against me. I actually legit sent that picture. You know, I'm a smart ass and I really did do that. Just because I can. Anyway. Cut the engine! Old lady just got here. I don't know if y'all can hear, but it's loud, so. Let's see. I think I'm getting close to the one I'm looking for, guys. Oh. Look at what she said there. I should stay 1,000 miles away from my child if I don't want to go to jail. That's the real bullshit men have to deal with. Seriously, that's the real bullshit. And then apparently I missed it, so let me go look again. Sorry, y'all. There's a lot of shit. This document, this filing, it literally is 229 pages. I'm not shitting you. There's a lot of stuff. A lot. So, let me see here. Don't smoke, people. It's stupid. You should never do it. It's a nasty habit. Here we go. Alright. See, I believe these this side led into this side. Stay away from my door, my house, my kid, me, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. She says right here, this is one where, she said, I know, I said kidnap. I didn't say you did. Right there's where she said it. I know, I said kidnap. I didn't say you did. That's from Juliet. So why is it that she says it, admits that I never mentioned it, but then it puts in her court filing that y'all just seen in the last video that I threatened to kidnap Faith? Interesting, isn't it? I'm trying to find where she said, where she actually said kidnapping, but I might have missed that or whatever. It might not be one that's, that just might be the one that was sent in. I don't know. Like I said, again, this is a very extensive filing. It legit is every bit of 229 pages. And there's a lot of shit to it. More of a restraining order. And I'm not making it up. I mean, these are restraining orders that have been in here in other videos and stuff like that. See, California. That's what this document is. So, like I said, she's filed 6 in total, and I've beat all 6. And you can see, based on her claims, threatening to harm her, judges, attorneys, social workers, blah, 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 the entire state, blah, 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 threatening to kidnap, threatening with guns and all this. All things that a woman would normally, courts wouldn't even hesitate, wouldn't even question it. You'd be fucked before you even went in there, and you're done. They're granting that order. However, they weren't able to do that on this one. She actually, like I said in another video, within 10 minutes of the hearing, filed documents, emails that she made up, literally made up, to try to use as evidence against me. I'm not going to get into the ways that I can prove they're fake. However, I will state that it is something that I had an expert for, that I paid an expert for. So it is something that is very much proven beyond any doubt, 17 different ways, in fact, to be fake and forged, which means she's guilty of falsifying, tampering with evidence, and filing falsified evidence. Interesting for somebody who's got nothing to hide, and for somebody who's telling the truth and everything else. Awfully damning for her whenever I'm supposed to be such a bad guy and everything else. Awfully telling that she has to make up the fucking evidence and forge the evidence because I'm a bad guy. This is some of the bullshit evidence she's been allowed to use against me. These are supposedly certified documents where she supposedly sent me notices where she was moving and everything else, right? Okay, I want y'all to notice something here. Notice how all it is the ones that show that something was sent. Not that anything, or showed that she filled out the address of where it was supposedly being sent to. Not that anything was actually ever sent. Okay? Notice how none of these have signatures on them, return signatures, or even signatures to show that they were accepted or actually ever sent. None of that. That's the evidence she has. Non-existent fucking evidence is what she has against me. It's the only evidence she has against me. And it's kind of sad and kind of fucking pathetic that the courts have allowed this under these circumstances. Here's another picture. That's my daughter on her first birthday. Showed y'all the pictures from earlier. That's actually in the same photo album as the daughter from whenever Juliet was in Washington illegally filing everything. That picture there is on my daughter's first birthday. So, but I'm looking to see if there's anything else I want to show y'all in this. But I mean, a lot of it's stuff that I've already shown and everything like that. So I don't think I'm going to waste time with it. I showed y'all, like I said, where I said she's the one that mentioned kidnapping and then accused me of it after she's the one that brought it up, which is just funny as hell. Like, I guess she thought that I wasn't going to show that in court. But then she also said, if you watch the video, that I allegedly texted her a picture of her yard. Where's that picture? Why didn't you include it? Obviously, I mean, you can even see in a video where she holds up her phone and tries to show a text message I sent. And I even acknowledged, yes, I did fucking send it. What's your point? I mean, seriously, what's your point? That's how I look at it. What's your fucking point? Yes, I did send that. It wasn't anything that was anything bad or anything. It was just basically something along the lines of me saying that there is no valid court order in place to keep me away from my kid, or something along those lines. Something simple or stupid like that. She could show that, but yet she was incapable of showing the text message where I allegedly sent her a picture of her yard. And this was only brought up after the judge was starting to question other things and saying that she couldn't use other things because various reasons. You can see in the video, it was a desperate attempt to try and lie her way into getting what she wanted again, and the commissioner was actually smart enough to be like, yeah, no, not gonna fly. More context, that's how many exhibits I had. Not all the exhibits are short. Some of them are obviously a good number of pages. This is the last one, and it's page 190. It starts at 193 of 229. So some of my exhibits are fair. But again, it cannot be argued or disputed that I legit responded to a restraining order attempt with a fucking 229 page filing. As I stated in the little short video I did earlier, sorry, I'm trying to shut down this computer and all y'all. As I stated earlier in the video, I will be working on something this weekend, and it will be filed Monday. I'm not sure exactly what time Monday, but I can assure that Monday is the date that it'll be filed, and everything like that. And then after it gets filed and everything like that, I plan on actually doing a video and showing that filing on here. And I want to make it known now that there's a very real possibility, depending on how things play out, that y'all might see this document that I filed Monday before the people who are on the other side see this document. Very real possibility that that's going to be the case. So fuck them if they can't take a joke, right? I have every right to make it public, so not my fault if they ain't on the ball and on top of documents and stuff like that. Not my fault if I don't know what it says and it's going to be an extensive filing that they're going to have to go through and read and everything else, and I'll be able to show you all the most pertinent parts of it. But it's going to be formatted and structured like the restraining order was, where I'm going to have the questions of law, the applicable laws, the case law, and everything else. And then I'm going to sit back and basically in court, or during the court hearing, I'm basically going to sit back and laugh while everybody struggles to do or say anything, because they're not going to be able to. I mean, hell. Well, I'm not going to get into too much more. I won't waste your time. I'll get into more of that on Monday. Like I said, y'all are going to love this. It's going to be quite the filing. Yeah. It's going to be blistering in nature, which I don't hold back, as y'all have seen and heard in the videos and the audio recordings. I do not give a fuck about their personal opinions or feelings. I don't care one fucking bit. They can kiss my ass as far as that goes. I'm not in this to make friends. And I have the right to speak my mind. It's one of the things I love about this country, is that I actually get to say what the fuck I want to say, whether they like it or not. And they don't like the fact that I call them out on their bullshit. Well, they better get ready for this one, because this one's torching everybody. This one is going to be something else, and No, it's not yet the federal filing. However, this will give the state an idea of my ability to write, to cite legal precedent and case law, to cite the laws and everything else. This is going to give the state an idea of just how bad they are fucked. Stay tuned. This filing, okay, I'll say this, all right, just to give you all a little tease. And the only reason I'm not going into too much is because Juliet and them watch these videos. So Juliet will be watching this. Her attorney will get a call tonight or at some point over this weekend and be informed that I'm going to be filing something Monday, so to be watching for it and blah, blah, blah. So that's why I'm not going into too much now, because obviously it has to revolve around her and the courts and the state. Clearly, it's the only things I deal with that I would be filing on anyway. I help a lot of other people, but that's the only thing that I would be filing on. Sorry. But I will say, whereas I can't go into too much detail yet, I will say this. This filing that I'm going to be making Monday, it's 15%, 15 to 20%, to be fair, about the issue that I'm filing about. The other 80 to 85% is me torching the courts, the attorneys, Juliet, and the criminal conduct that's been perpetrated. However, as you've just seen parts of anyway, and again, the case number's up there. You can go actually pull that document off and see all fucking 229 pages. I don't care. You can disseminate it and everything else. If you alter it or anything else or edit it or anything like that, then I'm going to come after you legally. That means through the courts and everything like that. But so long as you don't alter anything, I don't give a fuck if people put information that I put out there. I've already put it out there. I can't say shit unless you fucking start altering it. But I digress. No, y'all can see that from that document there. Exhibits all the way from A to N, A through N, and there's a couple of them. There's one of them that's over one exhibit that's like 80 or 90 pages alone. So whenever I do my filing and I use exhibits and I make claims, I back those claims up with proof. So when I say I'm going to torch everybody involved, including the courts and the corrupt state and everything else, I legit mean that. Hell, I might even include Bob Ferguson in this filing, and Bob Ferguson's the Attorney General for the state of Washington. I might even include his ass in this filing. I don't know yet. Him I might just save specifically for the federal action. But he might be included in this one because he's been sent proper notice with supporting evidence and everything else. So he's very well aware of the criminality and everything and just doesn't care to do anything about it because, well, he's aware of the ramifications for the state and the implications for the state. And he's aware of how bad it is for the state. But I'm torching motherfuckers. I'm out for blood, as the saying goes. Not literally, because I know that they'll try and twist this into saying literally. So no, not literally out for blood, figuratively. Or I guess a better way to say it would be, as a shark, I smell the blood in the water. So now it's time to strike. I don't know if you've seen that, but I just spit a little bit. Sorry if you did. It's kind of nasty, I know. My bad. So yeah, I smell the blood in the water, and now it's time to strike. And it's not even time to strike yet. It's just time to, get that exploratory bite, so to speak. Yeah, I'm torching motherfuckers, and I have the proof to back it up. And again, it's going to be 80 to 85% torching and 15 to 20% about what I'm filing about. But it's going to be very, what's the best way to put this? Compelling, I guess. It's going to be extremely compelling would be a good way to put it. it's going to be difficult for them to get around or do anything else without digging themselves in much, much deeper, which is precisely the point. See, I'll even state right now, 100%, the only reason I am doing this filing is because I'm either going to force them to put up or shut up. Meaning, it's time for the lower courts in the state of Washington to either comply with the law, or I go ahead and, if it's not in front of a judge, I do the revision to put it in front of a judge and then do the de novo. Or if they put it in front of the judge from the start, which would be their smartest fucking option, so that way it's not done coram non judice, where when they lack the jurisdiction to have it in front of anybody other than a judge, an Article 3 judge, since it deals with constitutional issues at that, due process and everything else. So it needs to be an Article 3 judge. Oh, see? More shit that Juliet thinks I'm not aware of? Oh, well. I guess that's where you shouldn't fucking accuse me of not knowing anything when nobody's been able to tell me I'm wrong to this date. I'm still waiting for that one. And I'll keep waiting. But anyway. If it's not in front of a judge, I'll do the revision, like I said, to get it put in front of a judge, simply to do the de novo, the review de novo. Because then that way, when it goes to the appellate courts, chances are, if the lower courts don't comply with the law, the appellate courts are going to overturn the decision. And then I could actually probably even get it set over for summary judgment from that point. But again, the state's not going to address things properly or anything else. So I don't even think I'm going to push for the summary judgment on the appeal with the de novo. I think I'm just going to use it to further set the state up. So that's my intent. My intent is for the de novo, the review de novo, since the state keeps denying me the opportunity for an appeal. Like straight up, they won't file the documents. I can prove this. I can also prove where the one time they did file the documents, it was thrown out before the courts even had a chance to even decide if they wanted to throw it out. The clerks just rejected it. I can show some shit from the state of Washington, and I intend to prove all this. It's going to all come out, and then I'm going to make it all public, because I will not agree to anything other than I reserve the right to the privacy rights on this. That means as much or as little as I wish to divulge, I can. And that includes any dollar amounts or anything else. If I wish to disclose it, I can. It will be my discretion, as I will hold the privacy rights to this. And whereas I can tell you now, I won't release the dollar amount, I will release the whole fucking filing, and I will release the fucking orders from the judge and the findings from the judge where whether it's a panel of judges or not, where they say that, yeah, these crooks are fucking guilty of all the shit I'm claiming they're guilty of. That's going to be public, period. There is no other options, even if I have to forfeit any fucking monies, because this ain't about money. It's going to be public regardless. But, yeah. This is specifically to get one more bit of proof of them denying me an appeal without being able to legally justify it, or to allow the appeals court to trash these people for screwing up to the severe extent that they have, simply so that a way it further adds to my lawsuit. So the intent of this is the appellate courts in the state of Washington, and then it's all to build the federal case, but it also helps stall a little bit of time while I come up with the rest of these funds, because as I said before, I really don't expect people to help, because, well, people don't help others in this fight, because, well, most people think that we're full of shit and we're all just bitter because we don't want to pay child support. And then the men who actually would help don't or can't. A lot of them, it's that they can't, not that they don't or won't, that they can't, because they're getting fucked over by the system as well. So you can't rely on other people. So it's partly, like I said, a stall tactic to get me a little bit more time. I'll have the funds within a few months on my own anyway. Hell, I mean, it's not like I sleep much anyway, so I don't have to worry about working 22 hours a day. I don't require sleep like normal people, thanks to these fucking criminals. sometimes it works to your advantage. So aside from my normal job, I'm pulling overtime because, well, we do get overtime pay. I live in a right-to-work state, Missouri, so they technically can get away with not paying you overtime. You're an at-will employee. But my employer's not a dick like that. He pays overtime. So, and I don't make the greatest money in the world, but with overtime, it's actually pretty good. But I'm also doing a lot of side work and everything right now, trying to come up with extra money as well. See, the GoFundMe I did is only trying to raise 10 grand. And Juliet's trying to make it seem like I need all this money and this, that, and the other. So what people don't understand is I've already spent more than 20 grand on this federal action. And that's just getting the experts and everything else taken care of and stuff like that. Still got a little bit to go on it, but it's not like I'm asking that I did the GoFundMe because I need everything. No, I've already covered a lot of it, and I'm still going to be covering a lot more. So why she would make these comments and shit, I don't know. Granted, if it was her daddy would have the money to get it all done for her quicker than what I am doing. I won't argue that. I also don't make a 7-8 figure annual salary like her daddy does. And the most important thing is, my parents don't pay my bills like her daddy pays hers. I pay my bills. Or at least to the best of my knowledge, her daddy probably still pays her bills. As far as I know, he does, because he always did before. Because, well, she just couldn't. So, I mean, to the best of my knowledge, her daddy's still paying her bills. So, but her daddy is paying her lawyer fees and everything. That's a proven fact. That cannot be disputed at all, which also lends credibility to the fact that her daddy probably still pays all her bills. But either way, yeah, I may not be able to file things or spend the money on court matters as fast as you can, Juliet, but let's be real, you can't either. And I can do things a hell of a lot faster than you can because I actually work for a living. I don't use other people's money and try to claim to have a kid from somebody who's got money to extort the dude for child support. And I'll gladly put the picture or the messages out on Facebook from the dude in Colorado's fucking family where they reached out to me about the shit you pulled. Sending them pictures of that baby and everything else that they found on your phone and all that shit. I mean, I can really air some shit out. Shall we get into that? Because you got to keep in mind, Juliet, I'll show the proof of where these people tell me this shit. I'm not making it up. This is what I was told. Now, can I say if it's really any relation to that dude in Colorado? I don't know. The lady could be lying to me. But the lady knew about all this shit before it was ever released in the media in the state of Washington about your case. So, you tell me. Wealthy dude in Colorado, all that jazz. I mean, come on now. I know more than you think I do, Juliet. A lot more. I just keep my mouth shut about some things. Anyway, again, I digress. It's not that I can't do things. It's things rack up a cost. So I tapped out my savings, which is fine. Money comes and goes. I'm not tripping on that. Like I said, it's not about the money. My bills will be paid regardless. I'm not worried about it. I have life insurance, so even if I died, kids and old lady are taken care of and covered. So I'm not tripping at all. Actually, I have a couple life insurance policies. But anyway, it's not about the money in either way. Like I said, money comes and goes. And regardless, it's going to be done. It's not a matter of if, only a matter of when. And before year's end, the federal lawsuit will be filed. Before year's end, all of you fucks will be served. I'll even go so far as to say, if things work out as they should, before year's end, I should already be able to get the state's motion to dismiss and all the judges and everybody else's motions to dismiss thrown the fuck out. And get this moving to discovery, which I pray to God happens. So I would love to put y'all under oath and set y'all down for sworn depositions. That'd be a very fun fucking couple weeks for me. Not pleasant for y'all and your attorneys, but fun and pleasant for me. And don't worry, your attorney wouldn't be able to get you out of any of the questions I'd ask. Not fucking one of them. Y'all know I'm an asshole. You shouldn't have pushed me to be one though. But that's all I got. I love y'all. Have a good day. Peace.